I kind of can't believe that I made it back for day two. I didn't, I didn't really think that was gonna be a thing. Yeah, so 365 days of soap, right? That's a lot. That's a whole year. My sudsers who know me and have been around since the beginning, years ago when we launched the website, they kind of know that I'm not so great with web work. And it turns out editing YouTube videos is a lot of web work, really, and you're sitting in a chair and you're just stuck there in the chair with the thing. It's not my most fun place to be, that's for sure, but I'm learning stuff, which is cool, and that's a bonus because I do like to learn. Anyway, I am back for day two. I'm glad that you are as well. And today we are going to be making, well, we're making bath bombs, but not just any kind of bath bombs. We're going to be making, we're getting ahead of ourselves again. I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. Now, as I said, today we are making bath bombs. Now, the reason that we are making bath bombs is because at this point I have hundreds and hundreds of kits out there across the United States for parents that are looking for cool science things to do with their kids who they're now homeschooling while we have all these school closures. This is a really good thing to do with kids. It shows them chemistry, and that chemistry can be fun. You don't have to go be a doctor or a lab tech to utilize chemistry in your future life, your future adulthood. And so for that reason, I love bath bombs. I love teaching bath bombs. It's one of my most favorite things to do. But we're not doing just any type of bath bomb today. Today, we are making the Pokebomb, which is awesome for the geeky gamer in me because I love me some Pokemon. My kids do too. It's crazy. They have these books that have every single Pokemon and every evolution of them. And my 5-year-old can just rattle them off like it's nothing. And that's really impressive. I don't remember being able to be quite that geeky at the age of 5. So good job, Scout. Now, the cool thing about this bath bomb video is this is something that you could theoretically do from home. All the ingredients are reasonably easy to source. So if I were you, I'd definitely watch the video, pay attention, grab some tips and tricks. I definitely have some good pro tips in this one that other bath bomb makers do not like to tell you. And come have fun. Let's go make a mess in the name of science. It's science! It's bath bomb day! Now, at this point, there are hundreds of bath bomb kits running around, the entire country that I have shipped out or dropped off or whatever to sort of make up for the fact that we don't have classes right now during, the COVID thing. And I thought it might be a good idea, or kind of early on in this series, to go ahead and do a video making bath bombs so you guys can sort of understand what you're supposed to do with all of the ingredients you have in front of you. Now, with your bath bomb kits, you guys got instructions, and they're detailed instructions. They have pro tips in them, and they are really amazing. And you really shouldn't need this at all. But I am a visual learner. I like to be able to watch things in action. I find great enjoyment from that. And also, it's just kind of fun to watch the whole process come together so you can compare your bath bomb batch to mine to make sure that the consistency and everything is right where it's supposed to be. Now, what I currently have in my buckets here, I have 2 buckets. I'm doing a double batch because we are making the Pokébombs today. So one side is going to be red, one side is going to be white, and we are going to have a Pokemon inside of them. So in each bucket, I currently have my baking soda and my cornstarch. Now, baking soda is going to be for the chemical reaction, right? I mean, this is just a basic chemical reaction when baking soda hits an acid, right? In this case, it's going to be citric acid, and it creates an awesome fizz. We remember the volcanoes that we had in science class when we were kids. It's the same concept. But with this, because baking soda can be a little bit irritating to skin, especially to younger skin, I do incorporate the cornstarch for 3 real reasons. One is to sort of help balance the skin's pH after dealing with baking soda, which has a pH of about 9, I believe, and cornstarch has a pH of about 7. So it does help balance the skin's pH and keep any irritations at bay. 2, it helps the bombs float. And 3, and probably most importantly, it is going to be used to make sure that the fizz reaction in this is prolonged. So if you've ever put baking soda and vinegar together, it's a really fast, really violent reaction, and it goes away as quickly as it starts. But with a bath bomb, you obviously want it to last several minutes, and so you get to enjoy the whole fizzy reaction. So the cornstarch in a proper ratio actually does accomplish that goal. Now, what I have done up to this point, I have put in 1.5 tablespoons of water. That happened earlier. I probably should have talked about it then. 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil. We use sunflower oil in our bath bombs because hardly anyone is allergic to sunflower oil. It's a nice lightweight oil. Nobody really seems to have any sort of skin sensitivities to it. So since we are producing, for the masses, we want to make sure that we don't use any ingredients that could potentially be an irritant or cause an allergic reaction. But when you're making bath bombs at home, you do not have to use sunflower oil. You can use whatever liquid oil you have on hand. So you can use, avocado oil, argan oil, olive oil, whatever you'd like. Now, after that, I went ahead and put in the scent blend. Now, this one is a really nice coconut lime that is very summery, very bright. It's a lot of fun. I don't believe that the red bath bombs are usually, the red Pokébombs are usually the scent, but I really liked it for today. And so I decided I'm making the Pokébombs today, and I'm gonna do what I want. After that, I put in the red color into one of the containers. Now, the colorants that I use, they are micas that are then cut with cornstarch. So it helps with the incorporation. It's easier to incorporate micas when they are cut with the cornstarch, and it also helps with the dispersing in the bathtub. Now, you have to really get this stuff mixed up really well, and that's true of both the colored side and the non-colored side, because you want to make sure that the moisture, we put very little moisture in here, actually gets all the way through the entire batch. So you really want to work it really well. Now, at this point, we are ready for the citric acid. The best pro tip I can give you as far as bath bombs go is putting the citric acid in at the very end, so right before you're ready to mold. And the reason for that is because the citric acid, again, that's the activator. That's the thing that actually causes this reaction. So if you've put the citric acid in with the rest of your dry ingredients, and then you put in your water, well, it's going to start a premature fizz, and we don't want that, because then you have to work faster to get them into the molds, and the bath bomb powder starts to dry out quicker. It's not a lot of fun. So best pro tip I can give you, put the citric acid in absolutely last. Okay, now that we have everything mixed up, we have our scent in, we have our liquids in, we are ready to mold. Now, molding in the bath bombs, there is a bit of a trick to it. If you don't put enough bath bomb powder into each side of these molds, you will end up with a very fragile bomb that will fall apart as soon as you try to move it. If you put too much bath bomb powder in, you are going to end up with the opposite problem, and the bath bomb will not stay together. So you'll end up with 2 halves instead of a nice sphere. So what we do with bath bombs is we take the bath bomb powder and we create a nice mound on each side, and we press it into the mold. You do that for both sides. And then in the middle, you create another mound, sort of like the glue, to hold everything together. And then you're going to put the 2 halves together, give them a nice squeeze, and do some nice banging on the table. I love this process right here because it's really compressing the bath bomb powder really well in the mold. And you're very carefully going to take off the top, turn it over, take off the bottom, and you have a perfectly formed bath bomb. It's just ready to go. It is lovely. Now, when you're putting toys in, which you of course can do at home if you have those bath bomb kits, I recommend putting a small amount of bath bomb powder into the bottom of the mold, and then putting the toy inside so it doesn't, the biggest thing that you don't want to happen is it pokes out, over the top there. And because it makes the molding process here really difficult. So as long as it's well hidden in one side and not directly in the middle of the bath bomb, you should be good to go. You shouldn't have any sort of unmolding problems. And look at that beauty. It's just perfect. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up at this point because we're making 10 with this batch. It's double batch, so you get 10. Now, the process of molding bath bombs, you will notice as you are making bombs that the longer your bath bomb powder sits, the drier the bath bomb powder becomes. So you really want to work reasonably quickly. Obviously not as fast as what this is right here. Oh, look at him, he's cute. Yeah. But reasonably fast, because as I said, the longer that the bath bomb powder sits in the containers, the drier it becomes. It gets harder and harder to mold them properly. And the last couple bombs will be just very difficult. There are tricks to sort of rehydrate the bath bomb powder if you get to that point. One of them is spraying it with witch hazel. That does set off the fizz though, so you'd want to spray with witch hazel and really quickly move your bath bomb powder, your mixture around to sort of eliminate that fizz before you start trying to put it into the mold. Otherwise you could end up with a bath bomb that will start to do really interesting things like get warts and all kinds of bubbles all over it as it's sitting there, because it's essentially fizzing, which is what you want it to do in your tub before you get it in your tub. So really the best thing to do with bath bomb powder is just to have a plan in place for what you want your bath bombs to be and to work as quickly as you possibly can. This is not exactly something that you can walk away from, take a phone call, and come back and expect to continue making your bombs. That said, if the bath bomb powder does dry out, it's completely fine. You don't necessarily have to use it as, you know, a spherical bath bomb. You can just set that in a jar next to your tub and just put a couple handfuls in, or however much you want. Whenever you take a bath, it's still going to do its fizzy thing. It's still going to hydrate your skin. It's still going to be nourishing. It's still going to be relaxing. It's still going to be awesome. It's just not going to be, you know, this soft ball that you drop into your tub and get to watch fizz and zip and zoom about. Now, for the last couple bombs, you're seeing the powder itself is starting to kind of clump, and it's getting a little bit drier. Now, this is me making these bath bombs, and I've been making these forever, it seems, and I'm moving very quickly. So even for me, as quickly as I work, it definitely can dry out faster than I necessarily want it to. So the last couple bath bombs always have me sweating a little bit. But I think we are going to make it through this batch without any problems, and all 10 of these bombs are going to be well formed. They're going to hold together really well. If you drop them on the floor, they're not going to break. They're not going to be fragile or cause any sort of other issues that we ultimately do not want with a bath bomb that we are, you know, preparing for you to buy and use. So this is the last bath bomb in this batch, and I get really tired of scooping by this point, so you're going to see me in just a couple moments. Instead of trying to fill the side of the bath bomb with the red, I'm just going to take it and I'm going to dump it because I'm, again, over it at this point, and I'm ready to get it all in the mold and get ready for the next step, which will be the painting of the Pokemon circle and stripe around the band. And that is a really simple, really fun process that I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so it is day 2. I have let these bath bombs cure overnight. They are really hard. They are ready to be painted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to incorporate some glycerin, which I am pouring right there, with some rubbing alcohol, as well as some activated charcoal. Now you can use whatever other color you want as far as, you know, micas go or whatever to make the color that you need for whatever design you want to put on the outside of your bombs. This Pokebomb is a red and white bomb with a black band and circle on it, so we're going to use activated charcoal, which is a fun thing to include in a number of projects, be it bath bombs or soaps, but we will get into activated charcoal and its many, many uses very, very soon. But what I'm going to do is mix that really nice, create a nice, essentially very liquid paint to use to paint the outside of the bombs. And then I'm just going to take a regular paintbrush there and kind of go to town. Now, with this bath bomb, I do have to say, it's been a minute, like a minute,
since I have actually done the painting on the Pokébombs. Usually one of the soap apprentices do this, specifically usually Georgia May, because she is an artist. She's an amazing artist, and she does this like it's nothing. I personally find the painting of the lines and getting them very straight and precise and the perfect little circle kind of tedious, but she seems to enjoy it, and she's really good at it, and she can whip them out very quickly. So we play to all of our strengths in these sorts of things, and she's definitely the Pokebomb maker. But, you know, here we are in the COVID world, so my soap apprentices are not here right now to do the beautiful job that they normally do on the Pokébombs, so I just kind of have to wing it, and that's okay. It's not going to be super duper perfect, but the sudsers that have been with us since the beginning, you know, they will recognize a chantine Pokebomb from a soap apprentice Pokebomb a mile away. They can definitely spot the difference, because one of them is perfect and one of them just kind of makes you go, "Aw, that's so cute, you tried." I'm the one that you say, "Oh, that's so cute, you tried." It's, yeah. I'm good at other things, like creating the recipe that will be super fizzy and awesome and moisturizing and amazing fun in your tub, whether it looks like a perfect Pokebomb or not. It's still going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, bonus, there's a toy inside. You know, just let's watch them in action. Oh my God, look at that fizz. Isn't it amazing? These are, whatever. I can't even say this is like my favorite bath bomb, because it's really super not, but they're all sort of my favorite. But this one is just, it's such a pretty, such a satisfying experience to watch it fizzing out all beautiful and red. And it's just, it's amazing. And it has a cool foam going with it. It's a really beautiful bath bomb to watch. And the cool part is there's also, you know, a toy inside. So, oh, look at that. It was the first one that we put in. That's fun. Yeah. Okay, look, you caught a Pokemon in your tub. And there you have it. There's day 2 of 365 days of soap. Thanks for hanging out with me.
How much did you love the fizz of the Pokebomb? It's amazing, right? That is one of my most favorite things in the world, to watch a bath bomb fizz out and the beautiful colors sort of separate from their individual parts. And Pokebomb, again, extra cool because it has the toy inside. Now, for the Pokebombs, we are now stocking them back on the website because we just made this batch of Pokebombs and, you know, the 3 other ones that go with the set. So you can find them on the website. It's soapandclay.com. I'll put the link below. And for other bath bombs that have toys in them, we've got the kids bombs. Each and every one of them has some sort of toy in them. So we put Shopkins, Pokemon, Minecraft, all kinds of fun stuff in the kids bombs. And the Harry Potter bombs, they also have charms inside the majority of those. And for the ones that don't have charms, they have cool like hidden color surprises inside. I think we will be doing a hidden color bath bomb video here pretty soon, because I really love doing the hidden colors, and I think you guys would really enjoy, you know, watching it or making it at home with your kids or with yourself, because you also like your self-care, and that's important too. But anyway, you know, thanks for sticking around with me today and watching us make Pokebombs, and I hope you guys had a good time. If you did, you know, hit the subscribe button, follow the channel, do the things to, you know, make the channel grow. There's a reason for that. I don't know what it is, really, but YouTubers say it, so I think I have to. So like and subscribe and hit the bell and follow me on social media. You'll find me at Soap and Clay on all social media platforms, with the exception of Facebook, which is I don't even use soap. Thanks so much. I'll see you tomorrow.